We end today's show looking at how hundreds of Boeing 737 MAX 9 flights have been grounded or canceled after a refrigerator-sized fuselage door plug blew off an Alaska Airlines plane above Portland, Oregon, Friday. The incident, which occurred at 16,000 feet, forced the plane to make an emergency landing there. The National Transportation Safety Boards revealed Alaska Airlines had concerns about the plane prior to the incident, but kept flying it. During 3 recent flights, the plane's auto pressurization fail light had illuminated. In response, Alaska Airlines had restricted the plane from flying over water to increase the chances the pilots could, quote, return very quickly to an airport. In 2019, all Boeing 737 MAX 8 jets were grounded after 346 people died in crashes in Ethiopia and Indonesia. All people on board both flights died. After those accidents, the Department of Justice charged Boeing with felony fraud. In February, a federal judge in Texas denied a request by families of those killed in the 2 crashes to throw out or adjust a settlement in the case. For more on that case and this new incident, we're joined by 2 guests. In Seattle, Ed Pearson's with us, Executive Director of the Foundation for Aviation Safety, former Boeing senior manager. Also with us, Nadia Milaran. She became an aviation safety advocate after her daughter, Samia Rose Stumo, was killed along with 156 others in the 2019 Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302, which was a Boeing 737 MAX. We welcome you both to Democracy Now! Ed Pearson, let's begin with you. Analyze what you think happened here and what needs to be done. At this point, all MAX 9s apparently are either canceled or grounded for further inspection.
Good morning. Thank you for inviting me. Yes, I think that right now, obviously, there's an investigation that's being conducted, and we still don't know a whole lot, but it certainly seems to be leaning more toward a manufacturing type of a problem. And as far as what needs to get done, again, as you kind of talked about earlier, and this is unfortunately a tip of the iceberg type situation. So there's been quite a few serious incidents that have occurred that the public is generally unaware of.
Talk about your warnings as a former senior manager at the Boeing 737 factory in Renton, Washington. We're speaking to you in Seattle. You pushed Boeing leadership to shut down production operations before both crashes in 2019.
Right. This has unfortunately been a long-standing issue. It's not a new thing, as you point out. The the accidents that occurred in 2018 and 2019. As you mentioned, we had a lot of problems in the factory. Everything was being rushed. We had a shortage of skilled employees. We were having all kinds of issues with quality problems. There was just incredible schedule pressure. There's a saying in the factory, they call it schedule is king. And as we were going through those types of issues, myself and others verbalized our concerns, and we did our best to try to stop the production system at that point. And unfortunately, we were sadly unable to do that. What I've been told from employees that currently work at that location is that despite the 2 crashes that killed 346 people, and despite the $20 billion loss to the company and criminal behavior and all that, the situation is as bad or worse than it was when I was there, which is very hard to believe. So right now, I would say that it seems like the FAA is certainly not doing their job. They're continuing to fall down on the job, and they're solely responsible for making sure that the Boeing company complies with all the regulations. And so it is very concerning. I would tell you that this incident with Alaska, I'm sure, is shocking to passengers, but for those of us who have been watching this for a while, it's really not a surprise at all. We've seen ever since the MAX has been put back in service, over 20 serious production quality defects that have surfaced. And we're not talking tray tables, we're talking about flight-related systems. And the public is unaware of this. These are reports that go through in the FAA database. And it's not something that the airlines want to talk about. It's certainly not something Boeing or the FAA want to talk about. And so that's a real problem. The other thing we're seeing is that there's lots of requests for engineering exemptions, which is really shocking when you think that after all that, why are we having the Boeing company right now ask for delays for engineering exemptions? Basically, there's at least 3 or 4 just in the last couple months where the company has made requests for petition for exemptions from legally required engineering design standards. And these are involving flight control related systems, stall management, yaw dampener computer, the flaps, slats, electronic actuator unit, and just recently the engine inlet icing. I mean, these are important systems. And why are we, after all this, trying to give them special treatment? That's not what the FAA shouldn't even consider this.